Hey, Mrparka here to review a new one from MVD, and this is Camp Massacre. As you can tell, it has Bree Olson and Al Snow, the wrestler, in it. Let me just hop in and tell you about this picture. This is by the same guys who did The Hospital, which came out a few years ago, I believe. Jim O'Rear and I believe it's Emery Taylor, I believe is his name. They both wrote and directed this one together, and they both star in it as well. Essentially, the plot here is kind of a scummy talk show host runs a reality show, and he basically gets 10 morbidly obese people to compete, and the winner will get $1 million. Of course, there's something else going on here. There is a mad killer on the set, and he is hacking and slashing all these people. All the heavy people really are kind of bizarre. Like, if you were to take, like, they're just like stereotypes of like the characters, but just made obese. So you got like the wise guy and like the hillbilly and the wannabe rapper, and it's just kind of ridiculous, to be honest. They're just weird. They're made like that to set up ridiculous situations, over the top stuff kind of going on. As far as the mood of the movie, it's kind of bizarre. Most of the time it's silly and jokey, but at times the murders are pretty gratuitous. Sometimes they seem fairly mean-spirited. Like I said, it's kind of weird. Like I said, all the characters are like an oddball group of people mashed together, kind of like looking like background characters at times in the Weird Al video Fat. Like, it just kind of reminded me of that at points. And I do feel kind of strange about it, because it's definitely like a fatsploitation movie. Like, it's exploiting these people's weight, and I'm sitting there watching it thinking, this is such a weird film to be made in this time, with the kind of films they're making nowadays. And it doesn't seem like the movie should have been made like probably like 5 years ago by Trauma or something along those lines. The movie's runtime is 2 hours and 9 minutes. And for an underground or low-budget horror film, 2 hours is pushing the runtime. And especially for a slasher film, this movie probably should have been 80 minutes. And I think that it would have packed a fun punch. I think that the jokes would have been worthwhile. As it is, I think it's way too long, and I think it drags on much longer than it should. Although some of the characters are kind of funny, and the performances of some of the people in the movie kind of give it a lot of fun to it, and it kind of makes it worth watching at points. But again, a 2 hours and 9 minute slasher movie, comedy slasher movie, no slasher movie, even the best of the best should ever run past 90 minutes, even probably 80, to be honest. So the 2 hour mark, I thought there'd be special features at the end. As far as the film goes, there's some cheap things in here that I noticed, but it is a low-budget film. Continuity, things like that. The sunglasses on the one that wannabe gangster are on at one point with Al Snow, and then they're off, things like that. The knife used is clearly a plastic prop and stuff like that. The kill count's through the roof. I mean, you have all these characters you have to kill, but there's just so much air and things like that. I will say that like I said, there's a couple moments that are absolutely hilarious, but it does not warrant the 2 hour runtime, and I'm not sure if it warrants a view, to be honest. I would pass on it myself, but if you are a slasher fanatic and you must see all the slasher movies, then give it a spin or watch the trailer. I think you guys will dig it. Al Snow and Bree Olson are kind of thrown in there for name recognition, and in the very beginning, Bree Olson, she doesn't do a bad performance, to be honest. It's strange that there is a couple moments that kind of get down seemingly meaningful conversations about weight and things like that, and better self-image, and it's just kind of weird that it's in here, because you have also those exploitative comedy elements, and also you have these weird kind of mean-spirited kills. There is, like I said, there's a couple lines in here that had me laughing out loud, though, mostly from the wannabe gangster, who is, it's not necessarily that he's a heavy guy. What's so funny is that he's an older gentleman, and he's wearing these sunglasses and this hat, and he's kind of walking around rapping, and it's just a ridiculous character to watch, and it cracks me up. The couple of the deaths aren't too bad either. The hook in the mouth to the lawnmower, I kind of enjoyed that, but a lot of the deaths are just here and there, just kind of corny, slashing, things like that. I would say pass on it, but like I said, if you're a slasher fanatic, I would say go for it. If you like independent, low-budget slasher deals, or if you're a fan of the movie The Hospital, I'd say it might be worth checking out. But for me, I would not watch it again. The special features, I believe there aren't any on here, but it is just the movie, and that's all you get. But I'm Mrparka. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.
Are we ready?
Yeah, let's do the opening one good time.
The rules of our game are simple. 10 weight challenge men will compete here at Camp Lost, where they will be subjected to tests of strength, endurance, and good old-fashioned deprivation in a 30-day boot camp run by our elite staff of counselors, nutritionists, and fitness experts, where only the most tenacious will overcome.
Sweat! Feel you suffer! Hear you scream!
The gentleman who loses the most weight at the end of our program will emerge the victor and win $1 million.
Why don't you take some of these bottles and trash out with you as you go?
Why don't you?
Where the hell is Clark? He didn't show up at call time.
So what are you gonna do?
We say he got hurt in the fall, got eliminated for being weak. We'll cut it together in a montage, make it look good. It's the only thing we can do.
Don't y'all know what's going on here? Y'all are gonna die.
I hope you're decent because I'm coming in.
I'm going for it.
No, you're not gonna go anywhere.
I can make a run for it, and I can go get help.
All right, get ready to move, you slow, homeless eggs.